Hey guys, Darren, back for another video log, or vlog. Now that that's over, so I was going to try to keep doing these once a week, and I didn't do it last week because I was sick. I had the flu. It was mostly like high fever, coughing, nothing bad. Won't let your imagination travel too much. But back at it this week, so trying to get back in the shop and finish up some stuff. I did have a goal for January to finish my skeleton sculpture, and I did finish it the last day of the month. This is it. I know I said finished, and it actually is finished. I didn't put it all together, so it is in multiple pieces. So here I have his feet. You see they kind of fade off into the black bottom part. His body is up, kind of twists off to the side. Separate from that, two hands. You can see those? Nice, those certainly are hands. So they're not connected to the body, and this is intentional. As I was creating him, I had a general idea of what he's supposed to look like, but not an exact picture, so I didn't know exactly how to sculpt him. When I shoot him, same thing. I know that there's a position he's going to go in, but not sure exactly how he's going to work. So rather than go through the trouble of making him articulated, which would mean leaving like bare wire at any joint, that kind of thing, I decided to actually keep pieces of him separate, that I can actually set them up different distances from the camera, where I can shoot with his separate piece of the body, well, separate, and put them together and set them up for the camera the way I need to. You also notice that the hands are two different sizes. That's because one hand will be much closer to the camera, the other will be farther away, and that is again intentional because they're going to be kind of like this as he's crawling out of the closet, and I can force a little perspective by making this hand a little smaller because it's going to be back. And last, of course, is his head, which I think, man, I'm so happy with the way this turned out. It is just so cool. First off, I did sculpt it as multiple pieces. There's 3 different bakes involved with building up layers on here and everything. And the jaw was a separate piece put on with a wire, which was bacon bond on. And then multiple layers of paint. Start with a white coat and then a color shift yellow, which is really cool. So it kind of has this sparkly, color, shifting color as you move it in the light. And separate from his head, again, like his hands, I made his eyes separate too. So I have 2 eyes that I created, and they actually will end up sitting inside of his head, and they'll be attached temporarily with fun tack. I learned about this a little bit with my last book, because what I can do is anything that's doesn't have to be permanently connected, I can actually connect it temporarily. Stick a little fun tack in there, throw his eyeball on like that, and now I can fine tune as I put him in the scene and I position my camera around. I'll actually be able to move his eye so it's facing right at the camera. I don't have only one spot I can shoot from. That's one of the neat things about shooting this as miniatures rather than illustrating it, is I can get in there and create a new scene or create a visualization that I don't necessarily have lined up just yet. He's going to be super fun to take pictures of. As I was sculpting the skeleton, I actually tried 2 different ways of filming it. The first thing was with this camera sitting down kind of like lap height right in front of my torso, aiming what I was doing, and worked on it. That didn't work great, so I did a little bit of filming that way, and actually I think I filmed the first one, the failure, you guys may have remembered, and I didn't like the way that felt, because real awkward to kind of lean over it. The bulk of this was actually filmed using this little camera. So I actually just set this right on my workbench and sculpted right in front of it. It was easier, but I don't know that it looks amazing. I think it kind of looks okay. I'm not shooting for okay. The last bit that I sculpted, the hands and the head, I actually sculpted using this camera again, but I kind of positioned it a little bit better, where it's right up against the edge of the bench, and I was able to kind of lean forward, and it was not the most comfortable situation, but I really only sculpted each piece for maybe 10-15 minutes before it was time to bake something, and I moved on. So it wasn't too bad. I think I'm going to stick with that view for sculpting from here on out. So the question is, do I go back and resculpt this and film it the right way? Over here, two things that I wanted to talk about. One is this right here. I created a sled for the Microlux mini table saw, which means basically I have this little piece right here with tracks on the bottom, and they fit into these grooves on the top of the saw, so I can put material in here and just slide it straight across and get 90-degree cuts. I know this seems kind of silly for small material, but a majority of the material I use is round on the end. And if I want to do something like make a whole bunch of siding, which I'm going to have to do for the next thing I'm going to work on, then being able to take 10 of these at a time, stack them up, run them through and cut them off square, flip it over and do it again, is going to be so nice. So when I did this for the last set, I did all the flooring in the bedroom. What I did was take these, and a handful of time, like 2 or 3 at a time, I would hold it up to the disc on the belt sander and just grind it till it was about square, and then flip it over to the other end. So this is going to be nice. This is going to be really nice. I'm excited about that. And it was a fun thing because I didn't really know. I've seen people make these before, and I've never seen anybody make it for a teeny tiny saw. It looks kind of like a miter box, I know. It's a little tall on the ends, but that's because I made this out of particle board. I was afraid if I made it too low down, it would fall apart. So that's cool. I'm excited about that. And I'm super excited about this right here. So I did get replacement tires for the Proxxon mini bandsaw. Lost my words for a second. The bandsaw. I got this set up. This runs awesome. I love it. It's going to be so much fun to use. My only potential issue with it is, you ready? I'm going to turn it on real quick. So there's something in there that's making some noise. I don't know if you guys could catch that or not. Putting the cover on helps a little bit, but there's definitely something grinding or something that's not right. It also kind of catches a little bit, so I can work on that. Nothing I like better than a project where I have no idea what I'm doing and could potentially destroy a piece of hardware worth hundreds of dollars that isn't mine. I think that's it. Like I said, sick for about 2 weeks, so that really kind of ruined productivity there for a little while. But not too bad. I'm getting stuff done. This next month, my goal is to make a new set for the book. It's actually a two-sided set. It's the front door, and it's going to have both the outside, which is the front door on the front deck, and then on the inside, the entryway, which would be, the inside of the door. I don't know, some wallpaper. I don't really know what the inside looks like yet, so I got to work on that. But that's what I'm going to be shooting for starting this next week. So thank you so much for swinging by, checking it out, and I will see you next week. Thank you. Thank you very much for watching. To be notified of new videos as they come out, subscribe and click the bell down below. If you like this video, give me a like. If you have some other ideas for cool things that you'd like to see me make, leave a comment down below. I love interacting with you guys and hearing what you think of my videos, how I can make them better, and what else I could do. Thank you.